What do you think the number one way to empower yourself, to take back your power is? I'll give you 3 seconds. Three counts. Two, three. Self-care. It's the number one way. So here's from my book. Self-care is the number one way to take back your power because the majority of women over 40 in this country, maybe the planet, were raised to take care of and take responsibility for everyone else. If you're not over 40, you may be like, what? It's gospel. When we decide on self-care as a regular, everyday part of our lives, it may be weird and get guilt-inducing at first. The world is going to collapse if I take 5 minutes for me. When we practice self-care, we show ourselves that we are important. No one is coming to save us, and we're saving ourselves. We are worthy and deserve care. In a beehive, the queen bee is protected at all costs because if the queen bee goes down, the hive goes down. We must protect ourselves, queens. When you take back your power by caring and treating for yourself well, you'll reach a point at which you only accept excellent treatment from others and attract people who treat you with respect because you're treating yourself with respect. I learned at an early age that if I took care of and took responsibility for everyone else, I would earn love and approval. See all the big and small ways that many of us take responsibility and may not realize it in the social/relationship self section. It only took me 5 decades, yay, to see this pattern in myself, to become aware that self-sacrifice in exchange for what masquerades as love is unhealthy, exhausting, and unsustainable. Unsustainable. The fact is, you have to take in to give out. When you sit and do nothing or seemingly nothing, you're not being lazy. You're rejuvenating, decompressing, filling your tank back up, and taking back your power. Self-care is also preventative. And if you think, oh, girl, I could go. No, if you are concerned that you will overdo this, you know, you know where the line is. Sometimes we don't take enough care of ourselves, most of us. So I think it's going to be hard to overdo it. But if you have to go all the way to the one side to come back to the middle, then for a while. Okay, here are some muy importante basics. I'm not making fun of I love Spanish and I love Latino people. Please hear that correctly. Okay, temperature, comfort, nervous system. Wear enough clothes for the weather. And this is not so crucial right now, but if you're seeing this next winter, wear enough clothes for the weather, not for when the car warms up after 10 minutes. You will be miserable for that whole 10 minutes. You deserve to be comfortable every single second. Spend a few extra minutes adding additional layers of clothes so that you'll be comfortable all day. I know it's not the most fun to take stuff off, put it back on, but this is my thing. This is my thing. I am going to be comfortable as many moments of the day as I possibly can. Until age 40, I didn't wear enough clothing and was always cold. I lived by the, oh, get warm in the car edict. And now I always have a hoodie or jacket because you might have noticed that they jack down the AC in stores in the summer. So I have a little story. So one time I went to Seaside, Florida, and the person I was with was like, "Come on, get in the cold spring, da da da." Well, I was in there for about 12 seconds, and it was so cold. And I said, I was in labor for 5 days with my first child, and I'm not doing this. And I got out. So I didn't want to disappoint her, and I didn't want to seem like a wuss, but I didn't care. I didn't care. So physical comfort is pretty darn important. And I hope you think about that. Okay. Number two, brain and emotional health. set your phone to airplane mode more often than not. You are all you need. You are in charge, not whomever may call or text. Too often, in the past, I looked outside of myself for validation. That's how we were raised. That's how we were raised. Wait till I tell you about the male gaze if you don't know what that is. Oh, I looked outside of myself for validation and I never found anything that lasted. I lived by a false rule that I had to be available to others 24/7. It made me feel needed, useful, and important. Spending time with yourself instead of with the dings and the pings gives you a chance to look inward and to create a habit of relying on yourself for happiness, fulfillment, dopamine hits, and affirmation. I just wrote this book, my book that's 25,000 words, and it takes a minute to generate your own dopamine. And trust me, I love TikTok. I love TikTok, but it can be done. And it's really, really worth it. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not judging you if you don't. Okay. This doesn't apply if you're a primary caregiver and have to have your phone off, but still turn it off as much as you can. If there's a local emergency, someone can come and knock on your door. That's how we did it back in the day. If there's a long distance situation, you'll be of more help after you've had plenty of sleep. I know, there are caveats here. I get it. Please don't come at me all right. My phone is set on 4G with the Wi-Fi off. Always. Slow loading is frustrating at times, but it's worth it to me to protect my brain. Do the research, decide what's best for you, listen to the science, and protect yourself. Yet also believe in your body, the human body's ability to adjust and adapt. I mean, think of all the things that humans have adjusted and adapted to, and we're still going. We haven't died out yet, right? Okay, here's the bonus. When you turn your phone off, even for 5 minutes, the silence, as opposed to the bzzz, rings, dings, and EMFs to which you're exposed, gives your body and brain a break. Okay, 3, physical fuel. Give your body and brain enough of the right fuel, meaning the food, beverages, and supplements that will help you operate at full capacity. This is the same as maintaining your car with gasoline and oil. I have been making and drinking green shakes and juices since 2008. I give them my power. And I feel better now than when I was in my 40s. Many women feel great with a regimen of 80%. Have you heard of 80/20? 80% healthy food, beverages, and 20, iffy. Eat when you need to eat. Ignore the crap and again, if you're younger than 40, maybe you'll ruin your dinner. Well, so what? If you need to eat, if you need to buy to something to get you to dinner, do it. So what if you ruin your dinner? You can take the food home or put it in the fridge, right? Okay, this is one of my okay, and I have done this for a straight 2 months, every single day. I used to do it every second day or every third day. I do it every single day, unless I'm going to go do something really, really physical for 3 to 4 hours. But every other day, I go do whatever we all do right when we wake up, right? Then I pull my covers up, and then for 10 minutes, I stretch and move for 10 minutes. And I tell myself, and I say 12 minutes a lot on my TikToks, but when my inner 3-year-old starts to argue, I'm like, it's only 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, but I want to look at I need to check it. It's only 10 minutes. So I push, if I have to jot something down really quick so I don't forget after 10 minutes, stretch and move, quick body maintenance. When you have other time priorities or don't want a full workout, stretch and move gently for 6 to 12 minutes. Now, I must confess that near the end of my thing, I start jumping up and down and running in place just to really get my heart going. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. You do what's best for you. Check with the medical professional. I'm just saying. But this is what I do. Okay. But if you need to be, okay, and just move everything that doesn't hurt to move. Okay. Again, check with your doctor. Doing this at least every second or third day has kept me sane. Sane. Okay. We know. Ha 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 ha. And again, for 2 straight months, every single day, unless I did a really physical something for 3 to 4 hours, like paint a house. Okay. I've made several TikToks about this and all the great things that happen when I stretch, move, and walk, even like 6 minutes sometimes. Move whatever parts of yourself that don't hurt when you move them. Tim Ferriss, 4 Hour Work Week, says that movement gets him out of the noisy, naysaying part of his head. I'm paraphrasing, freeing him up to focus more effectively. For me, I will say that I really, really got busy getting the book done. Take Back Your Power, 101 Ways. Every single day that, well, I think one day I only did 7 and I was like, ah, but at least I did 7. Every single day I was able to work for 2 to 3 to 4 to 8 hours on my book. And after 2 years of it just dragging on, and there were a lot of life changes as well, I got it done. I got it on Amazon. Ha, but and I really, really chalk it up to because I don't have to do anything. I just have to start. And every single little stretch and move, I start with the splits. I still can't do them, but that's how I start. All I have to do is do that. And then the whole thing just goes basically by itself. Like this one lady said, she doesn't think in terms, she lived in New York City and she had to take a cab to the gym and everything. She said, I don't think of the whole workout that I'm going to do. All I have to do is pick up the phone to call the cab, and then everything else happened by itself. So just try that and let me know in the comments or if you're already doing it or if it worked or whatever. Okay, let me finish the sections. So move. Okay, gets Tim Ferriss said gets him out of his head, freeing him up to focus more effectively. And I mean, it really works for me. 8 to 10 little minutes. We all have 8 to 10 minutes. We really do. Okay. And also, I recently attended Tony Robbins' life-changing Time to Plan Summit. He taught us how to get into state, which I now do before every stretch and move. I don't do his whole routine with it, but I did it enough times that I just go, I highly recommend everything he offers. And one thing that I started doing, let's see, about 10, 11 years ago is hip flexor stretches. I learned about them. They're especially helpful and crucial if you sit for long periods. They are some of the hardest to reach, and they're called the God muscle for a reason. And when I first started doing them, you can look it up on YouTube. When I first started doing them, it felt like I had taken a relaxing type of medication, which I don't do anymore. Like I haven't even had a drink for like over a year and a half. I was just so relaxed. Okay, so just hip flexors, flexors. Okay, combine your 12 minutes with your favorite rock and party music or uplifting podcast for double benefits. Bonuses. You may feel empowered. You may feel stronger. You may be more present and in the moment. You may be more relaxed. I always am. It gets the okay. You may be more decisive. It may take the edge off, increase confidence, clear your mind, and increase your sense of well-being. And that is 100% true for me. Then I give you a link in the book, Change Your Whole Day in 12 Minutes. And if you go to my website, which is on here somewhere down below, there's a whole page of all the videos that are linked in the book. And I made those for the paperback readers. Okay, sleep. And then I'll give you one more. Sleep. I didn't understand how important sleep is as a component of my foundation of life until I was in my 50s. Yes, you can get through the day somehow without enough of it, blah, 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 blah. But why fight that all day if you can possibly help it? And you can't. You can't. This is that self-care coming in. Honor your human physiology by getting enough quality sleep. Okay, I'm going to end here. I love you. Let me know in the comments what 1, 2, or 3 minute thing you're going to do today to care for yourself? Are you going to not return a text and not return a phone call that's not urgent? Are you going to let yourself sleep for 10 more minutes? Are you going to stretch or move for 2 minutes even just to get started? Because you don't have to work out for 4 hours to be successful. You just, I mean, I don't think I've ever worked. That's more pro marketing. But anyway, let me in the comments what you're gonna do. Are you, if you're thinking about taking back your power, why you want to do that? What changes you think you're gonna have in life by taking back your power a little at a time. Okay, love you.